Hi, my name is Calvin. Welcome to today's Open Heavens Daily Devotional. Date, Friday, January 9th, 2026. Topic, Freedom of Worship 1. Memorize, stand fast therefore in the liberty wherewith Christ hath made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. Galatians 5:1. Read, Matthew 6:21-24, KJV. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eyes be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thy eyes be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he would hold to one and despise the other. They cannot serve God and mammon. All humans have the freedom to worship whatever they want to. Even in countries where people are restricted from worshiping publicly, nobody can restrict anyone from worshiping his or her God privately. This freedom to worship has been given by God. However, you must be vigilant at all times to know who or what you are worshiping, because who or what you worship will determine what you become. 2 Corinthians 3:18. It is important that you examine your priorities, because they are pointers to the people or things you actually worship. Some people do not know that their phones have become the God they worship. They take their phones everywhere they go, even into the bathroom. Their eyes are always glued to their phones as they spend hours browsing through them. If they don't have their phones with them, they would begin to panic and will not be able to function normally. Sadly, this God often leads them into anxiety, depression, and many health challenges. What you give your attention and resources to eventually shape your values, thoughts, and behavior. If your focus is primarily on material possessions, your social status, or even other people's opinions, they can easily become idols in your life. You must examine yourself regularly to know that these things or people that mostly occupy your thoughts and what do you exert most of your energy on. If these things or people are not aligned with your purpose in Christ, then you need to take heed, lest you fall. 1 Corinthians 10:12. Another subtle yet common object of worship these days is work. Many Christians allow themselves to be trapped in a cycle of work, such that they neglect their health, families, and work with God. I know the value of hard work, so I work very hard, and I encourage people to do the same. However, when work becomes the source of your identity, it is taking God's place in your life. You must also be careful not to worship comfort and convenience. Today, many youths talk about living a soft life, and unfortunately, their pursuit of this soft life has become the God they worship. Beloved, the freedom of worship is a precious gift that God has given to you. However, you must use it to worship Him alone. You must also be mindful on disciplines to ensure that you are not worshiping an idol at any time. Keep your total focus on God at all times, and He will reward you with His grace and peace. Action points. Sincerely assess your current priorities to determine whether anything or anyone is competing with God's place in your life. Author, Pastor E. A. Adeboye. Bible in 1 year, Genesis 29-31.